Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about how I do not think that life is a gift from God, and I don't think that children are always a blessing. I'm sure that for some of you, and I want to say this, you do believe that life is a gift from God because you believe in a God. I don't believe in a God. Therefore, I don't think that I receive gifts from Him. And if you believe that your children are a blessing, that is good. Good for you. I'm not criticizing you or judging you or anything. The only thing that I'm saying is that not everybody believes what you believe, and that not everybody should believe what you believe. I believe that the reason why I'm here is because my parents had sex and I was a result of that. I don't see that as a gift from God. And I do not believe that children are always a blessing, because in order for you to believe that something is a blessing, you first need to believe that you are being blessed by something or someone, and I don't believe that. And the reason that I'm saying this is because even though I know that there's a lot of women that think that motherhood is the greatest thing that could ever happen to them, I truly believe that there are many women that do not feel that way. But because somehow they feel that they don't want to come out and say, oh my God, I regret having kids, I wish I wouldn't have had them, that other women are going to jump on them and say, what do you mean? What do you mean it's not a blessing? What do you mean you regret having kids? It's the best thing in the world. It's a gift from God. It's a blessing from the Lord. How can you talk that way, you blasphemous woman? And the reason I know this is because just like there have been many women that when I tell them that I don't have any kids, they flip and they cannot understand why a woman would not want to be a mother. There have been very few other women that have come up to me and said, oh my God, you don't have kids? That is so good for you. I'm so happy for you, because children are such a huge responsibility. And even though they don't say it, I can almost like feel it in their voice of saying, I wish I wouldn't have had kids. But they won't dare to say it, obviously, because they don't want to hurt their kids' feelings if they find out, and because they don't want to hear it from other women who are going to attack them and tell her that she's a bad mother. How could she say that? If, children are such a blessing, how could you think that, it was bad? How can you say it's something bad? How can you say that you would regret being a mother? And one of the things that it's always been like curious to me is to listen to these women. Most of them, they just talk about the pretty stuff. They're like, oh, babies, they're so cute and they're sweet and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But very few of them sit down with you and say, you know what, if you're really thinking about having kids, you have to think about this and this and this and this and this and this, and give you the whole list of all the negative things. They won't do that. Not many will. Some might, but not many will do that, because if they start analyzing and really thinking about that list, they'll start to regret it and say, what the hell was I thinking? So they just want to think about the nice stuff. They just want to think about the positive things of being a mother and about the privilege of being a mother. I don't see being a woman or being a mother as a privilege at all. First of all, nobody asked me if I wanted to be a woman. Nobody asked me if I wanted to come into this world to begin with, because I would have said no. Probably would have said no. And if I would have said yes, nobody asked me, hey, do you want to have a uterus? I would have said no. No, I don't want a uterus. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to have, just the thought of thinking every single month since the time you get your period till you're freaking 65 years old or whatever. Oh, am I going to get pregnant? Oh, did I get my period? And if you do get your period, you have cramps and you're in pain and you're miserable every single freaking month. I would have said no. I don't want a uterus. No, thank you. To me, that's not a gift. To me, that's not a privilege. That is a responsibility that I do not want. And talking about gift from God, I've never seen life as a gift from nobody to begin with. To me, a gift is something that is positive and pleasant and pleasurable and beautiful and enjoyable. Not something that you're going to come and suffer and go through pain and go through turmoil and have to work and have to provide for yourself, provide for your family, take care of other people, go through illness, go through sickness, go through death of your loved ones and of your own. I don't see that as a gift. How is that a gift? When there's so much pain and turmoil and anxiety and suffering involved, I don't see that as a gift at all. I'm not saying that there are not positive things in my life, that I have never had positive experiences that I have enjoyed. Yes, but if I weigh it with the negative, if it wouldn't have been for wine, I don't know how I would have gotten through it. And the other thing that I want to touch upon is that I know that any time that I've ever said anything or hear anybody say anything negative about life, there's like so many people just like attacking you, like, oh, what do you mean? Because they have this idea that life is the greatest thing that could ever happen. I don't feel that way. The reason I'm saying this is because I wish that I would not have been born. And I think that there are many other people that would say the same thing. Many other children that would probably say the same thing. But we don't dare say anything because, one, we don't want to obviously offend our mothers or our parents for saying that. You know, I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful. And I love my mother and, you know, I respect her choice. But I wish that she wouldn't have had me because she had no idea how to be a mom, how to care for me. And the only reason that I'm saying this, one, is that so if you feel the same way, that you know you're not the only one that feels that you wish that your parents wouldn't have had you. And two, that if you're thinking about having kids, that you would at least think twice and say, I wonder, are my children ever going to feel that way? Am I prepared to bring a child into this world? Or am I just going to bring kids into this world for whatever reasons, selfish reasons or whatever? And are they ever going to feel this way? So that you think twice, so that you really sit down and analyze and say, am I really ready for this responsibility? So that your kids don't end up feeling, I wish my parents wouldn't have had me. Because that's how I feel. So, I think that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.